you mentioned a contract with Polow the Don.
Right.
So I'm looking at your Wikipedia page, and it says that you met him on MySpace.
Exactly.
Okay, and so you signed a contract with him that early, and you're still in that same contract?
Right. I met him at 18, signed at 19, and yeah, I've been in that same deal, like just the way it's been structured. And you know, it's a co-pub with another large company, Universal Music Publishing Group. And just the way however it's structured, the wording, you know, it just kind of kept me stuck into the contract. No matter how much work I did or I've done, it's just like, you know, the wording and shit is just not in my favor. So, but you know, it's been, you know, we had some amendments and it's been worked on. So, yeah, I'm gonna be out of that for sure.
Man, that's a long time to be in a contract, man.
17 years.
17 years, wow. Okay, well, you leave and you start doing your own thing, man. And at this point, your pops is out of jail?
Nah, he was back in.
He's back in jail now. Okay, and how did that affect you? You know what I'm saying? Your dad's, you know, he was out for a little bit and then he has to go right back in, man.
Man, that hurt me at that point for real. You know what I mean? Just because we was starting to get that momentum, people were starting to show that type of love. Like, okay, I respect what y'all doing. Like, I like this movement. It felt authentic. They was rocking with it. And then he get back locked up. It's just like, damn, like I felt terrible at that time.
Yeah, damn, man. Because that song was pretty big. It's got over 10 million views, right?
Yeah, that was a joint. Yeah, for sure.
Man. Okay, well, you got your own record label, man. And how is that? That's got to be a big difference because now everything is on you. You know what I'm saying? You making all the decisions.
Yeah.
If anything goes bad, it's on you. You know what I'm saying? It's a big difference. You know what I'm saying? From working under somebody to being the person in charge, man.
Facts. Nah, that was a real learning curve, man. And just like I didn't understand the value of like having that infrastructure and not, you know, doing too much at once. You know, it's like if I got 5, 6 artists signed to me, I'm an artist myself. I'm trying to be a hot producer and produce for all these big artists. I'm holding back beats that I could have gave big artists and giving them to my artists just in hopes that, you know what I mean, it inspire them and it'll pop off. And it's like, man, that was a real, like, took some bumps and bruises for sure. But it was, you know, I would have rather I got that out at 24 years old than 34 and then been to the point where it's like motherfuckers really feel like I'm washed or whatever. It's like I feel like I had got a whole second chance to just like be a way better version of what I was before.
Yeah, man, definitely, man. Well, who were some artists that you signed at the time?
I signed the homies Audio Push. I signed my homie K Roosevelt. I was working with the homie Kent Money. I did a couple albums on him. The homegirl B Mac the Queen. I had a bunch of producers around. It was a lot. It was a lot, man, for sure.
Was there any like wild situations in the studio, you know what I'm saying, or being on tour that you could talk about?
I mean, I don't know, just going on. So I had one on tour, and I had brought Audio Push and K Roosevelt like 2013. We went on tour with Lil Wayne. It was like us, G-Eazy, 2 Chainz, Wayne, and a couple other artists. And that was just a dope time. Like everywhere we went, people were showing love, you know what I mean? Like I remember Drake coming on the bus, you know, listening to new music, because we had a studio on the bus. So he came and listened to some new stuff I was working on with Audio Push, listened to some beats, and that was just like a vibe, you know what I mean?
Man, that's what's up, man. You got your own label, man, and you know, you got a lot of artists you're working with. That's got to be a lot of work, man. You know, you said you had five artists, I think you said?
Yeah, I mean, and that was just like ones that I had way more artists around me and living with me at the same time. So, yeah, it was a lot to juggle, you know what I mean?
Are you the only producer?
No, I had other producers around. And they had access to producers they had a vibe with. So, you know, it was But it was still just like I was spearheading the situations and making the albums come to life and be what they supposed to be. So, you know, it was just like a lot to focus on at one time, especially at 24. And it's like, in retrospect, I think about, you know, what if I would have just like kept just like giving all of my best beats to just the big artist that was hitting me for them, you know, but it's like at the end of the day, it is what it is, you know what I mean? That was a good thing that I learned at that early age.
Yeah, for sure, man. Well, you end up linking up with Nipsey Hussle at some point.
Yeah. I really had been tapped in with Nipsey since way back. My homeboy Chasing Cash, who I did Drop the World with, and a bunch of other stuff. People already know how we rock, like with Surf Club, but he was the one who put me on with Nipsey because he knew Johnny Shipes, and Nipsey used to be signed to Shipes, you know what I mean, Cinematic. And we had ended up producing a song with Nipsey and Boozy called Thuggin'. And shit, from there, we just built. I ended up meeting it. We got cool. I started giving him beats, going to his studio sessions, vibing with him. And then he ended up rapping on a song of mine in 2013. And it was called Alert. And that was a dope moment, you know what I mean? To have vocals on wax with Nip, and just like the relationship we had just was solid.
Did the song you did come out?
It came out, yeah. We did a video and everything, yup.
Oh, shit. Okay. I must have missed it.
Mm.
Well, you guys do Racks in the Middle. What's that like?
Man, that's fast forward years after that song Alert, man. That's like I remember seeing Nip and Big Sean at the same time at I think it was at the Jay-Z and Beyonce concert at one of these places out here. Saw them, and I just was like at this point where I was back on my grind and just focused, you know, on the beats and just going hard as I can. So when I seen them, I told them both, like, I got some music for y'all. We got to tap in. And then they both tapped in. I started working with them a lot after that. And when Nip pulled up, the first thing I played him was Racks in the Middle. It just had Roddy on it at the time. It was my beat, and then Roddy Ricch had a verse and a hook on it. And shit, when Nip heard it, he asked me for it. He was like, "Bro, I need you to give me this record for my project." And I mean, shit, we went forward with it, bro, and it worked out.
Do you have any unreleased music with him?
I got a couple ideas in the tuck, a couple ideas for sure.
Okay. This song turns out to be huge, man. Like I want to say it's probably one of his biggest songs.
Yeah. No, that's
Definitely.
crazy because we felt that energy from the jump. Like when we made it, we was like, nah, this feel different. Like he was really pushing for that song to come out. His label even was like telling him like he need to push the release date back, and he was like, nah, I'm dropping this shit immediately. You know what I mean? And he really stood on that. And just, you know, obviously what transpired, and for that to be his last official song that he released, that's crazy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it is, man. What was the studio session like?
Man, fire. Shit, we was locked in. It was like a movie, bro. Like, just, he was coming through. Like, cause he did 3 verses on that song. So it wasn't just a quick, you know, hop in. Like, we was working on this over a course of like a week plus, just from the time he started doing the first verse, second verse, third, then mixing the song and then mastering the song. It was just like a process. And man, just like, you know, getting to sit here and talk with him, chopping with him about, you know, creating. That was just an ill moment.
And you guys shoot the video. The video was huge. Dope video.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You know, talk to me about what was that like?
I remember it was cold out there. That night scene, when everybody on the rooftop, it was freezing out there that night. And we went out there, man. It was the shit, man. Just seeing it come to life, you know what I mean? And the way they was shooting the video, just like the shots looked cinematic. That I just like felt like it was gonna be a different movement.
Man, that's what's up, man. And that got a Grammy too, right?
Exactly, yeah. That got me my second Grammy. I got 3 now, but that was my second Grammy.
Man, that's huge, man. That's dope. What's up? This is Cam Capone. We got more content like this coming soon. So hit that like button, subscribe, and stay locked in to Cam Capone News.